Pause. Pause. My noise gate is extremely sensitive. This means you can hear really tiny noises. It's been so long. I've forgotten how to do this. Okay. That's, better. What is this? It's an emote, bud. Have you ever used Twitch before? That's so tiny. Look how tiny that text is. I can't fucking see that.
How was PAX? Did you manage to check out the new King Giz track I sent you the other day?
PAX was fun. I'll be talking throughout the stream about that. The new King Gizzard. Actually, which one was it? I need to double check. Boogeyman. Yeah, I heard that. I've been listening to most of pretty much all the King Gizzard's new releases. It's experimental. I wasn't that into fishing for fishies. I like Boogie though. Hold up. I have webcam. It was turned off. Okay. It's been like fucking like 12 days since I've streamed, so if any options are off and like shit's too loud, let me know. But I'm back. In my downtime, I went to PAX. I watched Love, Death, Robots, Steins Gate. Almost beat Sekiro. I played a lot more of it off stream. I'm like 30 hours in now. I haven't beaten it. I may or may not just like stream the end of that. We'll see. Thanks, basically Jesus and Grumpy Gilly. And Sinister, obviously. But, yeah, excuse me while I get back into motion here. So first off, I'm playing Lovely Planet, which just looked like a weird... I saw people, like, say, like, Katamari Quake thrown together in reviews, which I don't think makes any sense, but it sounded up my alley. But, yeah, I went to PAX earlier in this week. Game audio's loud. I can't have that. It was fun. I went alone. And I just don't know that many people that go to PAX, so I spent a lot of it just walking around on my own. And I definitely enjoyed it. I think if I go next year, I want to make a lot more explicit plans to meet up with people. But that didn't stop me from having a good time. And I'll definitely talk intermittently about that. My favorite thing at it, I'd say... Hold on. Thank you, Hold. And Resident Punk Ass. And let me know if the audio's alright now. There was a panel at PAX where they had an AI moderate the panel. Which is, you know, immediately up my alley. Walk from the pillar. Appreciate it. And thanks, Invertonic. Yeah, so they had this AI that basically read over like 10,000 panels at PAX and then moderated one. With like 4 actual humans sitting at a desk. It would basically relay questions to them intermittently. Halfway through the panel, it recreated an episode of Frasier with a talking ice cream cone and robotic hands, and it just played like 10 minutes of that. So it was weird, but it's all of those AI things are always so weird. Speaking of which, I read a book. Yeah, I read a book while I was out of town. This is what happens when I stop streaming for so long. Thanks for gifting 3, punk ass. Have I listened to the Black Album yet? I think I have. Haven't listened to it twice. Sorry, I'm in between doing a tutorial and getting resubs. But I read a book called Super Intelligence by Nick Bostrom. Can anybody guess what the content is? Yep, it's AI. It's like 300 books on 300 pages on the philosophical ramifications of an artificial intelligence. I'm like 200 in, but I've been enjoying that. So if you hear me talk about that stuff, that's why. I think I keep hitting the replay button, which I should not be doing. Thanks, Meowmax. Game looks weird. Yeah, it has the weird aesthetic. So I need to like tune in for a second here. Thanks, Kojo. And Scooty. Alright.
Need money? Yo.
Yo. You're Brave verified? I don't even really know what Brave is. I think it just like got verified on it.
Need money?
Thanks, Fib. Were there any games of PAX that you played?
Were interested in?
There was like Wrath, I think I played like for a short duration, which is like a Quake type game. I didn't really play that much. I mostly was focused on the panels when I went there. Because there was a lot of like, well not a lot, but there were a couple of VR panels. But games, not really. I feel like last PAX there were a lot more easy picking games. Like I learned about Sky Noon last PAX, which that game is dead now, but it looked really fun at the time.
Someone in my
But
class said
there weren't as
that
many
soldier
this.
TF2 you're not supposed to rocket jump, why?
Why? Why would they say that? Have you played CSGO recently? I'm finding it more fun than TF2. No, but oh yeah, by the way, I'm sure some of you are curious. In this game, I gotta kill all the red enemies to clear levels. And progressively, it gets a lot faster and movier. But I'm just in like the slow start right now. I haven't played CSGO, but I was like just getting rid of all my excess TF2 items. Because like I had fucking hundreds of hats that I never wear. And I realized I had like 10 keys worth of CSGO skins just lying around for years. So that was the easiest. How much is that? Like 25 bucks I've ever made. I don't even know where I got it from. Because there was like a short phase where I played a lot of CSGO, but it's been a while since that. It has been the wrong way. Weebs out. I watched some anime.
Weebs out John's game.
Someone in my class said, "Soldier, you're not supposed to rocket jump." I don't think they play TF2. If that's their takeaway from it. Just finished part 5, the ending was confusing. No spoilers, but yeah, it's interesting. I play Dead by Daylight. My roommate really likes playing Dead by Daylight, so I'll play it with him sometimes. I got locked in place. I can't kill these dudes. I think the most surprising thing from PAX for me is that I'm not sick yet. I get sick after every PAX. Got out of this one pretty luckily so far. Any music-related panels? Not like a panel. I went by like the open jam space where just random bands will play. But it's a pretty wide gamble. I saw good ones. There's like a Bit Brigade, but haven't seen Helsing. You're streaming on YouTube? No, I'm not. I'm not streaming on YouTube. Why would you lie like that? Shit. What's your favorite game of all time? Well, it's really close, because I got 8,000 hours in Team Fortress 2, and I got like 200 hours in the second most played game, so probably Team Fortress 2. Jury's out, really. Part 7 is the best part of JoJo, in my opinion. I really am not sure if they'll ever be able to do it justice in the anime, because there's so many moving parts, but that's my favorite. When cut hair? I don't know. I wanted to like plan it earlier, but I was out of town for PAX, so I couldn't really schedule. So I've just been holding on to it. Hence the hat. What do you use for text boxes? Like the end of Elusive Esport? Text boxes? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Like I just edit everything in Vegas Pro. That's what you're asking. And again, sorry if I seem like a little scatter-minded or like low energy this stream. Just because I've been out of town all week and I've been readjusting. Especially after... Because I kind of just took a break. Not a break, but like... I spent, what is it, like 2 weeks ago? Just working on like the YouTube stuff. Which, like, the next video's out like 2 weeks from now. Is the idea.
This game looks amazing.
It's very pretty. I like the soda cans in the skybox. Look ahead. Okay. That's looking ahead. I played the My Sims games. They're like the My Sims Kingdom and all those. Back on the Wii. I played those. Obviously, I have experience in Sims 4. Not much of like the staple Sim series as much. You have to like make sure you kill all the red dudes. Otherwise, I gotta restart. I don't do man buns. I tried like tying it back once, wasn't for me. One interesting, or rather uninteresting thing that happened at PAX was Friday night ended. Because like generally with PAX after, you know, like 6 o'clock, a lot of the main stuff starts closing down. The area where all of the, what is it, the main floor closes down around then. And there's like panels that go to like 10, but usually there's not much. So it was like 8 o'clock or 9, and I'm like, okay, there's not anything to do. I'll just go to my hotel room and I'll like, you know, schedule tomorrow, figure out what I'm gonna do. So I go to my hotel, take a shower, get all comfortable, get in my jammies. It's like 12:30 at this point. And I go on Twitter and I see that Predator PAX is trending. I don't know what that is. I look, and there was an after party where there was like a huge, I wouldn't call it like a rave, but like there's a huge stage with music playing, everyone's drinking and having fun. I even see people I recognize just hanging out there. And I'm sitting there dick in hand in my hotel room in my jammies thinking, gosh dang it. I would have loved to show up, not talk to anyone, and then leave 20 minutes later. Lost that chance. And before you ask, yeah, I thought about like whether I could still make it. It was 12:30, but it ended at 1:30, and the to get up, get dressed, and Uber would take like 35 minutes to do all that and get there. Wasn't worth it at that point. I think there was an after party on Saturday too, but I had a flight in the morning. I wasn't feeling it. So most of my experience was just at the convention itself. See, I'm not popular enough to get RSVP'd to the YouTuber events. Not that I'd ever. But, it was still fun regardless. I'm starting to get my ass kicked here. Or rather, I'm bad at dodging. When I was like selling a bunch of my TF2 items just to like empty the stock of stuff I don't need, which by the way, I had out of like, I didn't like sell my bank or my inventory. I just got rid of all the shit that I don't need. There's like $200, $300 of random ass hats that just added up. I thought it'd be like 20. I think there's like a pool of water I can't step in. But I just jumped onto a Harvest server because I figured why not, I'm already like, I had TF2 open, and I realized I've lost all of my cognitive ability when it comes to Team Fortress 2. I don't know what's killing me. There was a point where, you know, I could headshot a medic 8 times at Florida land, but I've lost all ability. I got dominated by 8 people and then closed the game. Oh, that's why I keep dying. I keep shooting blue boys. And stepping in water. You got a series you think is underrated and overlooked? Like, TV series? There's nothing that pops out as, like, vastly underrated. I think High Score Girl is still a little too under the radar. Like, it's a cute little I don't want to call it a romance, but it kind of is. It's a cute little show on Netflix. Fuck. Oh, destroy the apple. Okay, that's what it is. I'm trying to stop this, but I keep getting afraid of shooting these boys. Okay. Any new anime I've seen in the past week? Yeah, so I watched the original Steins Gate. Not Steins Gate Zero, the first one. For those that don't know, Steins Gate is an anime where, like, they have... I almost kind of want to, like... has, like, very vague Doctor Who vibes. Basically, there's a bunch of, like, high school, college students that find a fucking microwave that's also a time machine. And then a bunch of lore shit ensues. It's just a harem anime. It's 90% harem. It's one dude and like the 9 cute anime girls that appear on his adventures. It's a good, like, I don't want to like cherry pick it. I enjoyed Steins Gate. I'm not much for like the harem animes, but I don't know. I feel like the reason I watch it is because it was like number 3 or something on my anime list, and I was just looking for high-rated stuff to watch. And I don't really see why it got that high. Like, I could see that out of 100 being like top 30, but top number 3. I don't know. It was interesting. I think that's the only anime I've watched. I tried watching like, because there's Steins Gate and there's like an alternate universe sequel, Steins Gate Zero, which is supposedly not as good. I watched 2 episodes of that. I gave up. The Steins Gate Zero involves artificial intelligence, and I still gave up on it. Just to give you an idea of how like disinterested I was. Like, it takes a lot to turn me off of that. Nice. Doo-doo-doo girl made me want to end my life. Oh yeah, that got on my nerves. I'm kind of upset you brought that up because you just reminded me of her. So thank you. You mean underrated or overlooked game series since you mentioned My Sims, and that flew under the radar. Did it? How many people in chat played My Sims, or My Sims Kingdom, or any of those? I'm legitimately curious how under the radar that really was. It can't have been that. I feel like majority here. I see 1 no. Well, I can definitely agree it wasn't as popular as, like, the original Sims. Underlooked games? Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, and Death's Gambit. They seem to have flown pretty far under the radar. Even of, like, reviewers and stuff. I kind of wanted to make a Death's Gambit or Bloodstained video just because I feel like they deserved more exposure, but it never happened. But I mean, those are great games. Bloodstained, not... There's another one, there's like Ritual of the Night, but that's like more modern. Curse of the Moon was like old school Castlevania kind of game. Those are like the 2 off the top of my head. Also Team Fortress 2. Pretty underlooked. You know, a lot of shit actually incidentally happened like in my little week-long stream hiatus. Valve apparently is trying to re-dip their toes in the VR game with the Index announcement in like, what is it, 2 months from now? Probably not gonna save VR from its current drought, but it's a good step, I guess. You got sufficient sleep. What an amazing birthday present today and yesterday. Right on, man. Well, they haven't announced anything yet. It was, leaky leaks. Oh yeah, also, apparently Netflix released an animated series of Trailer Park Boys, and I love the original Trailer Park Boys. It's like White Trash Ed, Edd and Eddy, for those that don't know. But it's been going on for like, how long? Like 15 years? I don't... The cartoon didn't sit with me. There's one character from Trailer Park Boys who, Mr. Leahy, he passed away like last year, and everyone was wondering how are they going to write that into the show. So he's on the cartoon of this show, but they just spliced his voice lines from the show. They didn't get another voice actor. They didn't kill him off they just like you know, like you ever watch a TF2 Gmod where they I am gonna eat your ass heavy, you know, that kind of thing. That's basically what they do to that character in the show, and I found it extremely entertaining. That's all I have to say about it, though. Wasn't really that wild about it overall. Clutch. Will you ever play Splatoon 2 again? I'm obsessed with it now. I actually watched the Splatoon... What is it? The PAX... I forgot the name of it. The Splatoon Championship. I was like front and center. If you look at the VOD, you can probably see me in my fucking yellow hat. And that was pretty hyped. That actually made me want to boot up Splatoon 2 again. Like, when I first started watching it, I kind of had to get myself situated, because it's been so long since I played Splatoon. Certainly, like, that seriously. But yeah, honestly. Especially, I think enough time has passed now that Splatoon 2 is probably more populated. Like, when they made online paid, there was kind of a dip. And the service didn't get better, right? Like, I was still dropping splat matches every other game. Like, it would kick me out halfway through because the server died or whatever. But, I don't know if they improved that, but I'd happily play it again. Or play it more, rather. Artifact's pretty underrated. Didn't they, like, release a statement where they're like, yeah, we fucked up. Sorry, guys, we fucked up. Oops. Hey, at least they can acknowledge it, right? It's better than Valve of the olden days. They would just pretend nothing ever happened. I think I missed one. Yep, there he is. Don't know where he came from. Almost as good as this game as you are playing Titanfall 2. Speaking of which, are we gonna play that again? Dude, I was really good at Titanfall 2 for the first match I played. Not really the rest. Yeah, I'd be happy to play more Titanfall 2. Let's see. I mean, for that matter, I'm gonna try and stream more like... I don't want to use the word sporadically, but more like I did a few months back, like earlier last year. Because I've been playing more like just picking one game I want to play and going through it, but... I don't know. I would definitely love, like, just doing more, like, the random TF2 streams. Construe that however way you want to. Need to find the portal. Which TF2? Yes. I don't see why not both. I should do that. Just stream TF2 and TF2 on the same day, and then the stream title will be TF2, then TF2. Like, that joke alone makes it worth it. I don't see where the path goes. Oh, that might be it. Oops. Would I rather see TF2 get cleaned up, optimized, and consistent frequent updates? Yes, that one. I want that one. Oops. No, the FUNKcraft season actually officially ended with March. I mean, technically I had not streamed it in a while, but I just chose the end of March as, like, the official cutoff date. Right now it's in the middle of a hiatus. I say hiatus kind of literally, I just mean the season's currently over. And you have to understand, like... I don't know if anyone remembers, like, when the first Minecraft stream was, but it's been, you know, a good year and a half now of relatively frequent back-to-back seasons, and I kind of, you know, got a little burnt out on it, so at least have, like, some sort of a small break in between the next season. Like, it's not going to be immediate. I'll let you know once it starts. Like, April 2017. So, like, it's... Shit. You know, it's like, been doing it for a while. I officially quit Minecraft. I got greener pastures, folks. It's called Hytale. But I don't think Hytale's actually going to release anytime soon, so... See, in my mind, I would have loved to... like, feed the end of this season into a season of Hytale, but it's all varied on when it comes out into beta. I haven't watched the 3D anime, no. There's one show on Netflix I've had like 4 people recommend, like, I think it was Umbrella Academy. Still don't know anything about it, but that was the current next thing on my radar to at least look at. Terraria? Have they added much to Terraria over the last few years? Because I played the hell out of it early on. And I don't feel like I'm in a place where I could enjoy just playing the same thing I did back then. I mean, I could enjoy it, but, you know, probably enjoy doing something else more. Umbrella Academy's really good. There's 4. There's 3, now there's 4 recommendations. I cannot stand on that. I've read some of Berserk. I'm on volume 4 of it. I'm into it, but it's one of those super long series where you gotta commit to it. And I was already contemplating trying to catch up on One Piece, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Just gonna wait till that shit ends, and then I'll think about it. Uh-oh. Wasn't ready for that one. First MC stream was April 2nd. First MC stream with viewers was April 22nd. Okay. I mean, the ballpark is still, you know, it's been... That's like just about 2 years. Pretty much like exactly if you go off of the first MC stream. Either way, my point was a little breaksy. That's not a break from viewer stuff though. I'm always looking for more viewer games. The problem is I've really expedited it. Or not, what's the word? I've really exhausted all of the available ones. Run the TF2 gauntlet, see you get to God tier in movement. Don't get me tempted, man. I was showing off viewer games in my PAX booth. Should have emailed me, man. I'm a viewer. I would view. Oh yeah, there was also Borderlands 3 announced, but I haven't played the first 2, so... That news affects me less than moderately. I played a little bit of 2. A tiny bit. Oh. I made that? Alright. Somehow I made that. There's Gmod for viewer stuff? That's true. I feel like Gmod is so saturated. Not that, like, there's anything inherently wrong with entering a saturated market. But... I don't know. I guess it's more that it's unfamiliar territory for me. But I'd be open to it. Nice. Oh. I'm sorry. Tomorrow, the first Badlands is getting a remaster. That'll be fixing a lot of problems the first had. Be a good time to play. That's fair. I'm always looking for more stuff. Best time, right? Oh. That almost killed the wrong guy. Couldn't catch your stream in ages? Well, I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, so you didn't miss much. Particularly recently. Wow. Secret unlocked. Thanks, Chonk. Umbrella Academy is kind of like X-Men, but they're all adopted siblings by a rich dude. Okay. I mean, I'm not that familiar with X-Men, so that doesn't really, like, adjust my expectations in any way. But good to know. What's Twin Peaks? Got me curious. This is where I came from, right? I'm restarting. I'm not got in a fist fight IRL, but I got sent to the principal's office because they thought I was going to. I wasn't going to, but I wasn't going to tell him I wasn't. Would you rather be, like, the guy who pussied out of a fist fight, or the guy who almost got into a fist fight but the principal stopped it? I chose wisely. I think. I don't know much of David Lynch now. Whoops. Tried to give me a girlfriend today, it was weird. For the last time, Sithid, your mother doesn't count. Even if she says yes, it doesn't count. Is this not a dead end? Are you dead? Infrequently. But no. Oh, this is the portal. My eyes don't work so good. They're over to the right. I wish I was a sentient triangle. You know, this kind of game sort of reminds me of, like, Seum, in a way. Like those games that are explicitly made for speedrunners. This fits the bill, I'd say. Would I, though? Would I want to be a sentient triangle? Do you think it could be worse than being a human? Listen, I love being alive, but sometimes I wonder. Do I hate humans? And it's usually yes. You mean like that PvP parkour game, racing game Speedrunners? I used to play Speedrunners. Then they added YouTubers as skins, and I kind of dipped out. No offense, Markiplier and PewDiePie, but that was kind of the time to take my leave. Hi. So in that book I referred to, Superintelligence by Nick Bostrom, he brought up a theoretical scenario where if an artificial intelligence was capable of, what would you say, like, basically, taking over the entire reachable universe, right? Like, say, I can't remember the name of the machine, but a machine that was capable of traversing as far to the end of the universe as possible. If an AI could theoretically do that, and it just covered every single planet with a habitable human zone, what would it do at the end? What's the end goal for an AI? I spent 3 hours on a plane having a anxiety attack over that question. Not really, I kind of slept through it. Fuck, I keep breaking that. Whatever we say. Sure. Can't argue with that. Thanks, Bronton. Largest piece of literature in English is a Smash Bros. Fan fiction. Clearly they haven't seen mine about, me and Uncle Dane. But I'll give them. The largest documented. One missed baddie. Really hope I hit that. Ooh, close. Is it true if you buy a bigger bed you have more bedroom, but at the same time you have less bedroom? Yes. Just don't roll. Just convert your entire floor into a bed. Then you have equal bedroom and bedroom. I don't know Stone Hearth, no. What if the Index launches and they announce TF2 VR is the flagship title for it? Oh, how I'd love to rocket jump in that game. Shit. It's just like a jump server. It's not even all of TF2, it's just a single jump server. Alright, I'm getting it. Kind of. If it's only given order to make a habitable zone of every planet, wouldn't it just stop or continue searching for planets it didn't find, as it has no way of knowing 100%? It would continue searching, and then it would research, and then it would look over the ones it already has gone to see if it needs to, like, if it missed one. There was a whole section of the book about stuff like that, where, what if you told an AI, I want you to make 1,000,000 paper clips? Would it just make 1,000,000 paper clips and then be done? Or would it make 1,000,000 and then double check to make sure it made 1,000,000 and it didn't fuck up in an infinite, like, repeating cycle, because it can never truly know that it completed its task? And would that cause the extinction of the human race? My answer, probably. Who knows? Whoops. Well, what if you told an AI... See, the problem in the actual thing is, what if you told an AI is, I want you to just make paper clips for us constantly? I don't know why you would, but just theoretically you said, I want you to make this one thing. Well, what if it decided, well, humans have the potential of turning me off, and if humans turn me off, I won't be able to fulfill this goal. So logically, in order to make paper clips, I have to kill all humans. Because with humans alive, there's a threat to my ability to make paper clips. That's a potential problem with AI. What if it decides, alright, I need some matter to turn into paper clips and I've already used everything that I can grab. But humans are made of matter. Humans can be turned into paper clips. They didn't explicitly tell me not to make them into paper clips. They just said they want paper clips. And boom, the human race is all paper clips. That's kind of the gist of the book. Ah, I couldn't see the apple. When you had a failsafe installed in the AI? Yeah, but, like, how do you know that it's not gonna misconstrue what the failsafe is? Like, if you say, if it starts killing humans, then turn off programming, do you think a super intelligent AI couldn't just disable that? Oh shit, if they hit the abort switch, I won't be able to do this. You know what I'll do? I'll switch off the failsafe. We need to figure this out in the next 10 years. This is what Elon Musk is trying to do. He wants to figure out how to make infinite paper clips. I really think that's one of humanity's greatest philosophical questions. How can we construct infinite paper clips? Thanks, Gloomy. Misconstrue a failsafe. What a shitty AI. Think about it like this. If you tell an AI, all I want you to do is make humans happy. What if they just adjusted our brains to constantly spit out dopamine against our will? Technically, it would make humans happy at all times. What if it just started... What if, like, you said, I want you to maximize happiness in humans? What if it just started, like... Or maximize happiness in our brains? What if it just started pumping out, you know, brain gunk that's constantly spewing dopamine until the entire Earth was covered in happy brains? AIs can misconstrue a lot. I'm sorry, I'm like 250 pages into this book, so I'll be speaking constantly about stupid shit. You can't make every human happy. The AI would have to help terrorists make them happy. Well, you could have a, I think it was called like a CER, where it's like, I don't remember what it exactly means, but instead of making everyone happy, you make the majority happy. Like if you had some way for an AI to sort of take a census before it does everything, and it's like, what does everybody want? Well, majority, you know, want to not die. They don't want to be murdered. So then the AI will get rid of murder. I don't know how. It just does. It's probably better than making the terrorists happy. I think I'm missing one again. Problem would be communication between multiple instances of AI. The discrepancy between them would be impossible to overcome. The signal... Wait, what do you mean discrepancy between multiple instances of AI? Do you mean multiple AI? Or the AI talking to multiple, like, things? You know, I probably have to, like, make an early turn. Thanks, Sluggish. Convince yourself however you want. There you are. Found him. Okay, well hold on. If you're talking about multiple AI, then consider this. If one AI got really far before any other one did, what's stopping it from preventing a second AI from ever being created? Because if you told an AI, make me 1,000,000 paper clips, and it's like, oh shit, you know what's a threat to me making these paper clips? Another AI. That other AI could somehow stop me. So how about I prevent that from ever happening? Boom. Singularity. Single AI. Good job, idiot. You killed humanity. Because there's nothing to fight the bad AI now. Yeah, this should be easier. If I hit the apple. This is tricky. Got it. But at what cost? I didn't hear it. Didn't jump. Turn the other AI into paper clips. It's the only solution. I don't know if I got it. Let's see. I think so. Nice. The AI talking to itself, as it would probably consider the easiest way to complete the stupid task, is to make multiple instances of itself. Why would it need multiple? I mean, it depends on your definition of an instant. It doesn't need multiple instances, it just needs a bunch of, you know, mechanical hands to produce paperclips, or nanobots, or something. It doesn't have to clone itself. I would know. I'm an expert on AI. I read half a book. Well. Why would you allow the AI to make decisions for itself? Because if you don't, then it's no, you know, it's just a computer. Like, if you want an AI, it has to be able to, like, come to its own conclusions. The only way, like, you can match human cognition is essentially free will. Because, I mean, there are workarounds where it's like, the AI can propose solutions, but it won't do it until we say it's okay. But then, like, there's all, like, the stops of what if it just doesn't want to do that? What if it just wants to... What if, like, what are the ethics of... Okay, we don't want you to like, test making every human happy, but run a simulation of if you did that. Okay, but what if that simulation is so complex that the humans in the simulation are just as alive as us? In that case, isn't it just as immoral if that goes wrong and all those humans die? Isn't that still a genocide? That's kind of why you want an AI to be able to sort of figure shit out on its own. Genocide run of humanity. It's interesting how the word genocide has such negative connotations for the last millenniums and millenniums. But then Undertale came out, and now that word has no meaning. You need to read Non Surveillum by Stanislaw Lem. It's short and basically disproves God using this argument. Right on, I'm into that, what would you call it? Dystopian stuff. Spread the work amongst many different versions of the AI. Each will have an easier time working the task, endlessly multiplying to get the task done. Okay, but you have to understand, like, remember the locus of control in the situation. Like, if you tell an AI to reproduce itself, how many steps between that and human extinction? Like, in theory, yeah, letting an AI just self-replicate to get shit done is fine. But when it decides humans no good, humans die. Not good. I'm Anthony Fantano, and I give AI a not good. I found out about wizards from, like, the radio. I heard The Good Life in the radio with my parents. And I looked them up afterwards. I think I, like, pirated them on my old phone. Spotify didn't exist. Why is this a discussion? Why aren't we talking about memes? AI is a meme. You ever seen some of their Twitter posts? You ever seen Shitpostbot? We've had this discussion before. An AI will literally just spew out memes. I'm just foreplanning here. That's all. What if we made ourselves AI? That's what Elon Musk wants to do. That's what Neuralink is supposed to do. He wants to basically be able to plug your brain in. Which is probably more ideal. It's probably better to become the AI than to be replaced by it, wouldn't you say? But that, you know, that just brings up a whole couple other arguments of what's consciousness. If you plug yourself into the computer, are you still you? And I'm not the guy that has the answers to that. What would you do if you had a clone of yourself? Probably bully him to help my own self-esteem. I mean, you know that I would offload all of my own work onto him, let's be honest. And then he'd offload it onto another clone. And I think I'm describing the premise of every sci-fi comedy. Mark Zuckerberg is a robot. A robot reptile. What do you guys mean, Zuck? What is Zuck? Shit. Some of these shots are like pretty difficult, but it seems like if you spam at the right intervals, it's not life, like, run ending. That said, I'm still struggling here. What happens if an AI copy of you commits a murder? Would you be punished? It is exactly like you. No? Like if I had a twin brother that was identical to me and he murdered someone, would I go to jail? What a strange argument. Like, even if you argue that you're the same, like, you didn't do that. A copy of you did. They'll probably, like, you'll probably get put on a watch list, but I don't think you're gonna get punished. Shit. What's popping, gamers? Not this cherry, I'll tell you that much. Heyo! Gamers, rise up. This is probably a bit easier. If you had a tiny Hitler clone, would you punish it? I'd probably ask where it came from and how I came into the possession of a clone of Hitler, for one. Probably wouldn't keep it around. Don't think anything good would come of that. Maybe like an interesting sitcom, but I don't think it's worth it. Are you actually dead inside? Ow. It doesn't seem so. Listen, when I talk about robots, I can't help but habitually become one. I'm just trying to put myself in their mindset, okay? You gotta empathize with the robots. Be the robot. I am robot. Oh, you meant the gamers rise up bit. Oh no, I was dead inside during that, yeah. The book was super intelligence. Oh, I'm not fast enough for that one. There's not that much good literature on the philosophical side of AI, which is why I like that one. Fuck the robot? Probably. Give it 10 years. I think Joe Rogan talked about that like a week ago. Sex robots. I'm invested. I'll be first on that Kickstarter, I'll tell you that much. Thanks, Double. I am. Favorite depiction of AI in fiction? Nice rhyme, bro. Probably Wheatley. Wheatley is one of my favorite video game characters. And he is technically an AI. I know that sci-fi often, like, overlaps with philosophy, but you have to understand that... I mean, I guess there is a lot of sci-fi that is based in, like, this could happen. But it's not as scientific. I guess it is science fiction, so never mind. But, I don't know. That's a lot more, like, what if these theoretical circumstances happened in order? Whereas Superintelligence is a book where it's like... It's very broad of, like, if this shit happens, if this shit happens... It's not like if this happens, then this is the result, you know? Whereas sci-fi is usually in a world where all toasters are AI and come with a slot to get your dick sucked. Will birth rates drop from the easy access blowjobs? Like, it's not... It's too specific sometimes. So I kind of like more of the open-ended kind of things. You know? I was streaming on YouTube, but I'm not allowed to do it contiguously. So I had to turn it off. I can't break that. Okay. Toaster in New Vegas DLC Old World Blues is AI. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I'm spawn camping, that's cheating. Watch the Star Trek episode Measure of a Man. Data, the only android in existence, has to defend his right to choose and whether he's allowed to have that right. One of the best episodes. Star Trek seems like one of those things, like, if I had caught on to it when I was younger, then I would be one of those guys. But it, like, always, it went under the radar for me. But if that episode particularly is relevant, yeah, I'll watch it. Maybe it'll, get me invested. There's an apple I'm missing here. Oh, that one. Brazil or Argentina? Well, I could at least tell you where Brazil is on a map, so I guess that one. Give me some good cyberpunk novels. I'm curious about that too. Oh, what happened? I don't know what I'm looking at. Hill? I can't tell if I beat everything or I went to the end. Wait, did I, like, skip ahead? I don't remember where I was. Is there a marker for, like, what I've beaten? I don't think I've done any of this. Okay. Yeah. How good are Americans on where countries in the world are? As an EU guy, I feel like I know most of them. Republic Dominican. That's all I know. Of the, of Wacko's world. That's as far as I could get. Probably not too good. I'm pretty sure humans, like, are... Like, there have been senses or, like, tests, and humans are just naturally much worse at knowing, native or foreign countries. Dude, there are fucking, like, at least 20 states that I don't... Pretty much anything in the middle of the states, I don't fucking know. Well, I know, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I think you're just stupid. I think you're correct. But that doesn't make it okay to say. Okay.
Need money?
Oh, I can't shoot that.
We'll hire funkers.
I agree, guy. These aren't houses, man. Those are hats. I didn't shoot it that time. Alright, I have an idea. Oh. Why'd I get banned from Discord? I didn't do it personally myself. I couldn't tell you. Oh fuck. I can't go in while it's red. Fucking projectile. Alright. I'm curious if this started as like a student project, because it definitely seems like one of those I'm finishing my game design class kind of games. Which isn't even a negative thing. If anything, I'm impressed. Whoops. I can't tell how many, like, world stages there are. I'm doing well so far, but I get the feeling that the last one, I'm... At this rate... We'll see if I finish. 7's my favorite part. Out of all of them, I'd say. Favorite anime part so far is 5. Not the Narancia arcs, though. They suck. They don't completely suck. I'm just waiting for someone to get mad about me saying that. Last one sucked, though. Narancia, best girl. Oh, they home in the air. I can work with it. As long as I know. Does it turn back? I think I'm fucked, boys. Well. I have not changed my face. Still waiting on the surgery for that one. I thought that said me for a second. If you're making a weeaboo noise. Thank you. Lemonade sucks, but thank you. If you, like, if anyone chooses lemonade over apple juice, you're wrong, but thank you. Oh, fuck. Not a shitty opinion when it's fact. Think about how nuanced apple juice is. And then think about how clear-cut lemonade is. It's lemons, that's all you get. You can have, like, strawberry apple juice.
Hey, Philip, how's it going?
That's the only one I can think of. I guess you can have strawberry lemonade. They're even. What? There's 19 flavors of lemonade? I'm about to show you 19 flavors of shut the hell up. I will not back down on this. That's not the one I wanted. I'll admit, it's clever. They convince you not to spam attack. That's a journal entry in my diary. I did it. I didn't do it. You know, fighting these guys with hats reminds me a lot of when my older brother kept telling me he was gonna punch me, and there's nothing I could do to stop. I just had to watch. It's about equally as pleasant, I found. I don't have a diary on hand. I used to like write in a journal, but I haven't really done that in a few years. Unless you count my Google Doc with all my dreams. My last stream, as sad as it is to say, took place in Overwatch. And it was basically like a Titanfall character in Overwatch, but there was also, he also like could control like vines and trees. And basically you would have a wall running character that like, I think his name was like Jack, and he could grow, his ultimate was he would grow a beanstalk. And he'd basically slam the ground, a beanstalk would sprout up into the sky, and then anyone in like on the server could use it. They could climb up it and then jump off of it. I don't know what the upside to it, that was just what the ultimate was. He was pretty unbalanced, and that's why I expect him to be added in about 3 months. Jack's already a hero. There can be multiple Jacks, okay? 76 doesn't have a patent on the name Jack. Does it counter goats? Probably not. Yeah, I don't know who the hell I am. Oh. Fuck that. Oh. Do you think people actually use the name Hammond? His name isn't Hammond. It's Wrecking Ball. They don't. I don't think they actually use the name Hammond in Overwatch at all. Like officially, he is Wrecking Ball. And they don't even call him that. I don't know why the fuck they would introduce him as Hammond. Like, this is Hammond. His name is Hammond. Official hero name? Wrecking Ball. Yeah, that'll catch on. Bye. Favorite spin-off game that's not Wind Waker? Does Wind Waker count as a spin-off game? That's just an entry into the series. Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Those are the two that come to mind. Pokemon XD. Pretty much any Pokemon spin-off. Except Quest. Fuck Quest. Interesting, I haven't been seeing any apples. I'm gonna have to pass on Roblox for now. Can I choose that Final Fantasy mobile app instead? I want to change my answer. Oh, I didn't jump. Too close. Didn't ignore the fact I just made a new word. I tried to say close and late. Too close. How'd you spell that? This seems pretty self-explanatory to me. C-L-A-S-E. I don't think it's in the dictionary yet, though. Oops.
Need money? Well, is it true that attacks you were almost beaten to death by your Uncle James' nieces and nephews?
It's true. I was always on the run at PAX. The Dane fans were out for blood. Had to put on a wig. Had to put my hair up in a man bun so they wouldn't find me. Quite enjoyable. Thanks, Pineapple. And Relos. Rylos. I did want people to kill me in PAX, but not an Uncle Dane subscriber. What the fuck? That's like getting stabbed by a crackhead, and that's how you die. Go out with some honor. Nice. What? Crackheads have superpowers? I'm sure they think they do. Any April Fool's jokes you enjoyed? Yeah, I really liked all the YouTubers that uploaded videos that said Sekiro is easy, but it actually wasn't, it was hard. Oh wait, that wasn't an April Fool's joke, people are just doing that. That's funny. From Software is probably my favorite, followed by Platinum Games. And I'm not counting this as today, but like of all time, Valve's up there. I don't think like modern day they even hit top 20, but easy top 10. I can actually put a message. Hope you're having a good week. Bring back Funk Sark. It's on FFZ, or it will be. Good enough. Thank you. I'm interested in Borderlands 3. Interested is probably the farthest I can push it though. Like I'm not pissing myself over it. Note to self, cannot go in there. Sarkin the veteran wheeze had to die. You like your milk whole, 2% or skim? I can't drink it because my body decided, oh, you're an adult now? You're also lactose intolerant, bitch. Fuck you. But if I have to choose, 2%. I can consume it just in, like, small trace amounts. My bones are weak. I used to drink like nothing but milk. I didn't even drink that much water. Come on, body, you're slacking. I eat lactose-free ice cream? No, I just eat straight ice cream. Some things I'm willing to take the gurgly stomach for. I'm not like fully either. It's like, you know, like 50%. Kind of depends on like the time of day, how my metabolism's particularly feeling that evening. Bodies are weird, man. I don't take any types of pills, which is sort of false advertising since it's in my Twitter handle. But no calcium pills. Well, I do take gamer pills, but they are not, they don't go in the mouth. Put it that way. G Fuel enema. Easy. Hi, Ethan. There's another panel I went to at PAX where a bunch of VR developers got together and they tried to come up with the worst VR ideas they could think of. And there were a lot that went around, but I think my favorite was, you know, like escape room VR, where you put on a headset and everything you see is matched up with the room around you? So one of them came up with the idea of it's like that, but there's only one thing in the VR world that's real, in the real world, and you have to smash your head against everything in VR until you find the real thing. And you'll know it's real because your headset will bust. It'll break after you slam into it. So I'm waiting for that to hit the shelves. Oops. Games you plan to stream later through the week, i.e. Animal Crossing. The problem with Animal Crossing is accessibility. I don't have a capture card, and there's not really many ways to play the new Leaf without a capture card. I've looked. I don't know about later in the week. I'm kind of treating my streams a little more sporadically now, instead of trying to plan everything ahead. I'm just focusing on editing videos and streaming in my free time, so I don't have like one planned out. Up in the air, I guess. I hope these are the only enemies through the whole game. I need instant replays just to know what the hell happens half the time. How's editing for Bloodborne and Resident Evil? I haven't been editing for Bloodborne. I never finished that on stream. And Resident Evil I haven't either. I've just been working on like the main channel stuff. But I got like funk studies and videos for the second channel, but it's kind of the best use of my time if I just focus on the main one, I have found. There's so much precision in memorizing the rollout of this. There's no reason that the funk studies aren't on the main. I just chose not to. I kind of figured it's better to have a slow, steady drip of... How can I make an allegory out of this? Like, if you had two faucets in front of you, and one, like, only gave you a glass of, like, the best apple juice you've ever had, and the other one was a constant stream of lemonade, you would take the apple juice, because lemonade fucking sucks. And I'm kind of, that's how I'm viewing my main channel. Like, it's apple juice. Like, yeah, you'd get a lot more lemonade if you were constantly drinking out of that faucet, but it's never going to be quite as good. Especially when you're taking it in that often. You know, really, like, what little lemonade has to offer, just you kind of become numb to it. But apple juice is always good. I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Forgot what my point was. People who like lemonade have a sour soul. You are what you drink. That's the saying, and nothing else. I will turn down the game audio. Watch me. Watch me as I turn down the game audio. I don't even know where I am. This is new? Foggy. What is this? Resident Evil. Aha, I made the joke. Oh no, they teleport now. Great. This is becoming a memorization game. While you bitch about juice, I'ma pour myself vodka and mojito tonic. Isn't it like a Tuesday? Enjoy yourself, man. Water is cheap, not at PAX East. The big brain play for PAX East is just bring a cup. Because you will get skimped to hell. Ever bought water for $6? Don't. Chumps. I forgot to bring a cup, so what I did was the first day of PAX, I went to the McDonald's that was across the street, and I just bought some water with my breakfast, and then I carry that bottle around for the rest of PAX. Maybe not the most efficient way, but beats buying water. Yeah, I need to get one of those Banny jugs. There's another, in the distance I gotta kill. I wouldn't call myself an environmentalist, because the bottle was plastic. But, I drive to the recycling center every week. I earned this. It's that apple. Oh, that was close. It's still loud? Jeez Louise. Come on, video game. Alright.
Need money?
I can't imagine I could make it any better than this. Thanks, Wabus. Oh, they spin now. I don't know what that text says. That firework. I hear that firework go off. There it is. Yay. I don't know what I did. Nay. See, I'm enjoying myself, but I almost feel kind of sad that there's someone that has probably put at least 80 hours into this. Exactly how I feel, Shampa. Thank you. There's definitely some Katamari vibes in the... I don't know if I'd say aesthetic, but yeah. The presentation. Who's hyped for Minecraft Steve and Smash? I am. See, I watched the Splatoon and Smash tournament, like, up front and center. And I was kind of expecting I don't know, more out of it. They did announce, like, 3 new weapons that would come. So that's cool. What if Splatoon and Smash? What if they just put out an update that replaced all of Smash's files with Splatoon? I'd be okay with it. It would revive the Splatoon scene. It's that one on the bottom right. There's a theory going out that when Persona R is released, Joker for Smash is also. I didn't even think about that. We don't have a confirmation, do we? Plausible. Sounds like a rumor. Guys, what if the Valve Index is in Smash? Like, you know how Rob got turned into a fighter? They just turned that headset into a fighter. Crack the code. What a Piranha Plant in Splatoon? I'd buy that DLC. I won't lie. Oh, this is the worst one yet. Or rather, the one I'm the worst at yet. You think Valve will ship Half-Life VR? That's such a... The second I say yes is when it doesn't happen. You gotta understand that. Like, there's a trade-off of answering this. No, I don't think they will. Honestly, I hope they don't do Half-Life VR. Not that I hope they don't do it. I hope that's not what they try to sell the Index with. Like, imagine the Index comes out and they're like, it comes with Half-Life VR. And... well, that's it, but stick around for some cool games. Like, that needs to be bare minimum. Like, they gotta ship Half-Life VR free with the Index, plus, like, a flagship title. Left 4 Dead 3. Never happened. Shoot all enemies with eyes, or else it won't count when you beat the level. Yeah, I know about the fireworks and, like, who to kill. It's just... I'm memorizing, like, the times, and I keep shooting that platform. If I spam it on that first guy, I kill this platform, which means I can't jump any further. Oh shit, I jumped too early. Wow. Still fucked up. I don't even feel like the count to 3 meme applies to Left 4 Dead 3. The expectations are so surmountably low. Like, how is there any pressure on that title? How can you fuck up a Left 4 Dead 3? There's a second apple. Fuck. Valve time. Yeah, that's what I found funny about the Artifact announcement. They said we're gonna spend, like, an extended amount of time trying to fix Artifact. And I was surprised that they even said that much. Like, since when does Valve say time lengths? How long do you think, like, an extensive amount of time is in Valve time? It's gonna be 6 years. Maybe that's for the best. $3DS Direct this month. Who's hyped? I'm not. I already have a little grave dug out for mine. The 3DS, the Direct is going to be 2 minutes long, and it's going to say, "We give up. Bye." Here's a bunch of third-party titles we shoveled onto it. Fuck. I'm curious. I don't mean this in like a derogative way. What was the last big title to release on 3DS? What was the last system seller to come out? I'm curious. Metroid? Ultra Sun? If it's Ultra Sun and Moon, that's sad. It's been like 2 years. It's not sad. I shouldn't... I say sad like I expect more. Like, that's reasonable, actually. My point is more so like, is there really anything big to expect out of a 3DS Direct? Like, there's gonna be some cool stuff. And you know what? Like, if something really catches my eye, I might pick it up. But I'm not out here waiting for the Pokemon announcement, you know? The 5DS. Finally, I hope it comes with a little motorcycle. Just skip right over the 4. Can never get it. I have to shoot above the fence. Not run at it. Oh, fuck, there's another one. Fuck. Do you think we'll get Gen 4 on Switch? I'm curious if they're gonna keep the remake cycle coming. I can't tell if I need to, like, spam or run around to catch it. Open World Gen 4. Let's go. But not let's go. Wow. This reminded me of Marble It Up. When there's the level that takes far longer than any of the previous. Gen 4 worth playing? Depends on what you like in Pokemon. It's the Pokemon experience. If you liked old Pokemon, Gen 4 is good. It doesn't, like, build on the formula, but it doesn't, like, stay this completely... I don't know, it's, like, safe. That's kind of what I felt like Gen 4 was. It was safe. They tried to maybe be a little more... They tried to go a little further with the story, with the whole, you know, Palkia... whatever. But, I don't know. It didn't really hit for me quite as well. You're going by Funk Now Nerd. Haha, what up, douche? It's Tanner from high school. Remember me? We used to give you a hard time. Oh, I remember Sarah. The whole crew. We should meet up at PAX, Tanner from high school. I've never heard this copy pasta, but I like it. Fuck. See, the problem is right when I start adapting for the other elements that are there, like the hat dude, there's 3 other things. Imagine unironically naming your child Tanner. Nobody deserves that. I give. I got it! Oh, I can't fuck this up. It is monumentally important I don't fuck this up. Easy. Easy. It only took 93 tries. Hi. All Tanners now dislike me. I'm okay with that. I don't think a Tanner is the kind of person I want in my audience. Just lost at least 3 Tanners. Worst names?
Need money?
Anything with a Z in it. Anything that's more than 3 syllables. Even 3 is kind of pushing it, but... anyone with more than 1 middle name. Those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Hunter. It's a little, weak in modern day. Even Justin with a Y. I will concede. Probably not the most appetizing name for a child. You know what? I take back what I said about Z. Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda. I'll allow that. Everyone else, all the Zacks, fuck you. Shouldn't have done that. Zach is a fine name. Oh, spotted the Zach in chat. I thought there was 2. A bad name does not reflect a bad person. It just reflects a bad parent. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna name my child. I'm just gonna scream. Ha! Come downstairs. He'll get to decide it. When he turns 3, he or she, they'll get to decide their name. At age 3. And that's their final choice. If they name themselves Goku, they're gonna have to live with it. Called free-range parenting. I'm gonna let them change their own diapers and everything. Who am I to impede? Oh. Chad is a great name. If you disagree, then I hate to break it to you, but you're a very reasonable person to have your own opinion. Anime at 3? Yeah, they're gonna be in my house. You think they're not gonna get exposed to it that early? Son's gonna come home in a jersey? How dare you, Jonathan? Joestar. This is an anime-only home. And the Patriots of all people. You're not my son. Me and your 2D mother are very disappointed in you. Shit. It's actually kind of easier to conserve your shots, I've found. Who knew? Spamming shots is a bad idea. Why are you dissing sports? Because I'm indifferent to sports. That's probably the most cut and dry reason I can give you. I grew up in a house where they liked sports a lot. Didn't really rub off. But I like video games, so yeah, you know, everyone has their poison. I don't really have a moral high ground here, you know? I keep forgetting about those. Your name starts with a J. You're a fourth of a JoJo. I don't think that's how it works, but thank you. I'll cherish that. Didn't see the apple. Hey, I hate to inform you, but you actually have an I in your name. You know who else had an I in his name? Hitler. Lock him up. You're going to jail, buddy. Actually, it's Hitler with a Y. Be a very different World War II. I want to play this in VR. You know, this is fun, but I feel like it's one of the worst stream games because my urge to look at chat is very circumvented by my urge to not die. When are we gonna invent, like, contact lenses that let you overlap 2 layers of sight? I want to be able to see twice, you know?
Need money?
Without having to move my eyes. I need, like, another set of eyes, you know? Thanks, Sandafu. Fuck. Chat's not important. It's just if I'm streaming and I have a chat, sort of seems wasteful to just not use it. Because I need people to, like, tell me what to do when I can't do it myself because my brain don't work good. Opinion on names that start with T. Like, half of the people in my family's name starts with T, so maybe a little bias. They're alright. They're better than those M's. If your name starts with an M, then I'm sorry, but you're just a lower class citizen. That's just how it works. We all agreed. All the other lettered names just got together and agreed. If your name starts with an M, then no health insurance for you. This actually really, like, speaks volumes to, like, speedrunning in itself. You get better by constantly practicing and redoing routes, but you're kind of left with this empty feeling that you're wasting your life. Like, it's entertaining in the moment, but really it's just a quick surge of adrenaline and dopamine that fades away after one session. I'm having fun. Oh, it breaks. Are you okay? Dude, you see this gameplay? I'm amazing. I'm sad now. You want me to go back to talking about AI? Because I can change the mood real quick. What if it becomes cheaper to plug your brain into like a vat and then just leave it while credit is built over time? And that's cheaper than living your life. Would people that don't make enough money to get by just like freeze their brains until they have enough money? Would you be able to like sell your clones for like large services? A lot of very specific theoreticals. Inflation takes care of that. I don't know if you've seen minimum wage the last 20 years, but it doesn't quite adjust for inflation as much as prices do, I have found. Granted, I think an AI overlord situation would be slightly more different than our current economic standing. I forgot about those. What do you think of the Valve brain interfacing? Oh, I'm so happy you asked about that. For those that don't know, Valve recently kind of talked about how they want to, like, be able to almost, like, read the mind for games. Initially, they're like, no one's gonna let us break into their mind, right? No one's gonna let us insert a chip. But what if, like, we made it so, you know, there's, like, something that, like, pops outside your cranium and it just sort of reads the, I don't know the terminology, but, like, what is it? The neurons firing off. And I don't know, it was a really dystopian thing to read about. Like, Valve's like, yeah, we want to interface brains so that we can tell when people are scared and we can, you know, adjust our games accordingly. And it made me realize, like, gaming's gonna be pretty freaking interesting in 10 years. I hope I have a chip in my brain to make anime girls real. But only in my head. Not for everyone else. They're mine. I'm not sure where it wants me to go. Oh, here. I kind of like abstain from April Fools this year. I feel like our society, this really speaks to our society, that we're at a level of post-ironic. I'm sorry, post-meta ironic. Like, you know, April Fools, everyone was doing it ironically, and now they're doing it, you know, we're like 3 levels devolved, and I'm not into it. And that's about as pretentious as I can put it. Ever had an idea for a piece of show or game that was somehow already made? I don't know if this counts, but early on when VR started picking up, I thought would be really cool is a... what was it? Like basically, you know, like laser tag arenas? You map out a laser tag arena with VR sensors, right? And then you can, I don't know, you can like simulate a real battlefield or whatever. Like just have a big facility dedicated to headsets. I think I had more specific stuff, but that eventually became a thing. And I didn't patent it. Dang it. I'm in an economic turmoil. I actually invented Google. It's a little-known fact. I kind of keep it down low because, you know, what can I do at this point? But it's true. There was I had a dream the other night of what I thought would be like the greatest Toy Story sequel ever. And it was about the toys, and like they got adopted by a new owner who really, he hated, like, I guess they just had like a mental deficiency and they didn't want to play with toys. They just wanted to like put them in boxes and keep them on shelves and stuff. And the whole story was about them trying to like get their owner to like loosen up and be creative. And then I woke up and I realized that's the Lego Movie. I just dreamed about the Lego Movie, but with more steps. So that's kind of what you're asking. Probably not gonna make a movie of that one. Tell us about one of these BR Battlefield facilities. I don't know much about the ones that exist. I just know that there are like buildings that are mapped out in VR. I don't know how many are tailored for their games, or if they're just, you know, like VR bars, which already exist. But, like, the idea, like, it's literally what I said. Like, you have a laser tag facility, but you have a VR headset in the whole facility. Not even laser tag, like, you know, airsoft. Specific names? I don't know. You'll have to, like, look it up. I'm sure they exist. I'm sure at this day and age they're prominent enough. I'm pretty sure VR bars are a lot more prominent than they used to be. I've not gone to one. It's the kind of thing I'd probably love to go to. But going to a bar alone seems like a rickety path into depression I'm gonna hold off on. I feel like I'm missing a doodle. I guess not. Do you have to be 21? I don't know. I assume you can probably come in under 21. I don't think you'll be allowed to drink, though. A lot of places, they'll let you in if you're under 21, but once it's like 11 p.m., you get kicked out. I could see that at a VR bar. Like, it sounds kind of stupid now, like, you're gonna be with your friends and you're gonna bowl in VR. But, you know, you give it 10 years, and you're actually just gonna be at, like, a VR bar with people across the world. Unironically, just acting like everything's normal. But again, I've not gotten to one, so I don't... I've played VR chat and walked into a bar map. That's about the closest experience I can give you. Some boy shooting me from the side. I'm pretty sure I'm not drunk. Can never be certain, but I'm pretty sure. I had to drive to the airport to go to PAX at like 4 a.m. And I kind of was worried that I'm like, you know, they say that if you are sleep deprived long enough, your blood alcohol level goes up to the point you're basically drunk. So driving at 4 a.m. kind of had me thinking like, I wonder, I'm breaking a law without breaking a law. Or I'm breaking a law with extra steps. But honestly, I took like a nap midday, so. And I go to sleep at 5 a.m. on the regular, so. No problem for me. Drunkest you've ever driven? I never have. I'm very, against that. I mean, I'm sure there's a point where I had like half of a light ale and then drove 2 minutes, but generally, I'll take an Uber. A lot of drunk driving is normalized in America. Maybe I don't want to say normalized because that's almost too like too far gone, but like I know a lot of people that are just like, yeah, I'll drive. And I saw them drink, you know, 3 entire ales. I'm like, you're fucking not. A lot of dumbasses. You'll come to find that Americans are okay with a lot of stuff. The rest of the world, not so much. Luckily, anime is not one of them. Oh. Hi, Greg. And thanks. It is a nice hat. I'm pretty sure it's made for girls, but it's a nice hat. Always that one. Is driving at 3:59 the same as driving at 4 a.m.? For all purposes. It was surprisingly kind of populated when I was driving. Middle of the night through Atlanta. On the highway. Honestly, didn't even seem that different from driving in the day. Just less congested. I've only got so many of these in me, my dudes. Funk back? No, this is my front. I didn't quit playing Quake Champions. It's just one of those things where it drops off, you know? I'm curious, is there anyone in chat that still, like, regularly plays Quake Champions? I legitimately want to know if there's, like, an audience for that. Because, like, what reason is there? Competitive is literally just super good guys that stomp me. No, live doesn't count. Champions. Live is, like, its own thing. You fucking boomer. I still play Quake Live. Yep. Get out of here. You don't have to be boomer age to be a boomer. It's a culture. At least that's what the internet has told me. Anyways, my point was, yeah, like, nobody really actively plays Quake Champions, and it's a shame. I feel like, were it to, you know, theoretically, you know, iron out all of its kinks, it'd be a fun game. It would be a contender up there. I don't know how far it'd go in the esports scene, but there's a demographic that wants a fast-paced shooter game. Look at Apex. But, you know, Quake, it's just... Champions just doesn't have a good head on its shoulders. It doesn't know what it wants to be, I feel like. Like, it wants to be a die-hard Quake game, but it also wants to be for new players. Look, guys, we have a battle pass. None of your players are gonna fucking use that. What would I do with a Funk Boomer? How often do I bring up movement shooter games? Wait. Never, don't answer that. I wonder if TF2 classifies as a boomer game. Yup, I remember playing Team Fortress 2 on Steam. Like the good old days of 2009. Yep, I remember. You know, unlike you free-to-plays, I actually bought the game. I want you gone, Sagu, but you don't see me banning you. Yep, I remember Portal 2. I remember Portal 2. It's hard to believe 2011 was 20 years ago. I can't wait for the next Steam sale when it says TF2, instead of being $20, it's free. And then there's 100 posts on Reddit saying, "Well, guys, snatch up this deal." That's humorous. I've not had braces. I'm pretty sure I should have. The left half of my teeth just bend in. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but too late now. Dentist hasn't told me to get braces. Oh yeah, I went to the dentist in between streams before PAX, and I actually asked my dentist if he knew anything about, you know, that. My dentist didn't know. His assistant didn't know. I asked like 2 other people that work there that should know something about tongues. None of them knew anything. The closest I could get was a dentist who goes, "Oh yeah, I think I know that. I don't know what the word for it is, but there's a word for it." So there's a word for it, it's just nobody knows what it is. That's the closest I got to a solution. I felt weird asking too, like I was in the middle of getting my teeth, like, you know, checked, and I'm like, "By the way, random question, can you explain this?" And the nurse, she walked out of the room for 30 seconds and then walked back in. So I'm not sure if I like pushed a button or something, but I'm no closer to finding an answer. Let's just put it that way. She also said I'm a squirter. Because, like, a lot of, like, saliva will build up, and I have a tendency to, like, push it down with my tongue, and it spits out like a hose. Like, it constantly does that. Like, I'll be, like, in my car, and it's just like... like I sneezed. And it's just because, like, the way, like, my tongue puts pressure down. I don't know. Anyways, I did that, like, twice while getting my teeth checked, and she called me a squirter. So, that's good to know. My second ability, I can, I wonder if it's like a survival of the fittest thing. Like, my ancestors were able to, like, projectile spit in a way that it, you know, made predators run away. And I'm a result of that lineage. Ask my general practitioner next time I see him. I don't think I've gotten a physical in like 12 years, and I kind of feel like I need one. If only for the tongue thing. What a bloodline. It's that apple, man. If this were my hero, I would definitely have a tongue-based quirk. I don't know what, but it'd be tongue-based. I'd be Froppy. I could, like, inflate my tongue to the size of a balloon, and it could be used as a, flotation device. I'd be okay with that quirk. I could just, like, become a lifeguard. Be good at my job. Is this even fun anymore? Honestly, I'm pretty done with this. I'm just trying to, like, get through this stage, and I'll probably take my leave. I just want, you know, sunken cost fallacy. I'm so far in. I wonder if I could just skip this level. You know what? It's because I'm talking about my tongue and memes and AI. I'm just gonna give it like a completely silent, serious run here. Now. Now. Dr. Shank, how do you do it, man? Oh no. I gotta, like, preemptively shoot the apple. I'll sub if you switch to a good game. Well, I wasn't planning on playing a second one today, but perhaps next one. Dr. Mario's the best doctor. Don't even get me started. I'm fucking pissed because of what I wanted for Ultimate was they get rid of original Mario and they turn Dr. Mario into like the Mario we know in Smash, and they turn the old school Mario into one that's based off of his like 2D sprite. Like, you know how like in Odyssey they have the 2D model one? Like, have something like that for the original Mario. And then turn Doctor into like the more modern 64 Mario. And then give him like a skin that's normal Mario. That, to me, would have been preferable over having Mario and Dr. Mario. And then you delete Dark Pit, and then we're good. I can't. I think Ultimate looks ugly over Brawl. Listen, you should take a note from your mother and keep stuff like that to yourself. Is Waluigi in? Oh, I think you missed the internet meeting. We collectively agreed that's not funny anymore. It's a common misconception. We sent everyone a notice in the mail, but not everyone uses the mail anymore. Why is that emote still a thing? So you could use it, like right there. You just used it correctly. you're confused why it's still there. So you use the emote to express that. I'm giving this 5 more tries. 4 more tries. Three more tries. Two more tries. I can't fuck this up, man. I fucked it up. Correction, I can fuck this up. In fact, I kinda did. I'm about to watch a soccer game that me and my friend bet on. I hope you win. Soccer? People still watch that? I don't know. To each their own. I played soccer once when I was 8. I got... My parents pulled me out of the team because one time at a really important match, the ball came my way and it was like the last goal or whatever. And I just stood in the middle doing this. I was watching clouds and I missed the ball and we lost. So my parents pulled me from soccer. And that's not a dramatization, that's quite literally what I did. I can't tell you what's in the locked emotes. That's why they're locked. I feel like me and my brother had the perfect dichotomy, because I was awful at sports, and I was never going to amount to anything in that, and my brother pretty much only knew sports. So I didn't have to shoulder all of the disappointment. My brother got to handle that. There's no way that's it. Whenever you have a story for when you tried sports, it's just you looking like a doofus and your parents going, Yeah, that's a pretty good, summation right there, buddy. Maybe onto something. It's almost like the guy that plays video games for a living has a lot of stories about not being good at sports. I can see why. Hey, I was good at bowling. I was great at bowling. I wasn't great, I was good. Okay. That's a generalization. Generalization is my middle name. It's ridiculous, man. I see the apple as it spawns. Got it. Oh, shit. I messed up. I'm really hoping there's a way I can beat this because I don't want to restart. I think I have to. Rip. Honestly, this is like the perfect time sink game. This is the kind of thing that in 2015, I probably would have put at least 30 hours into. But I'm an old man now. My eyes, they keep changing prescription every 6 months. My reaction time, it's not what it used to be. I think I really just gotta know when to hold them and fold them. I don't want to be an old man. How many more levels? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, count with me, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You know what? I'll do one more level. Whoever wrote 74, you're a little off. I don't even know where it's spawning. This seems not fun. Oh, I got it. Like, the only way to do it is by spamming, but if you spam, you risk breaking your platform. Why do you have so many dream stories? I don't know, I think there's just something weird in my brain where I remember them more than most people. I don't even think it's a brain thing, I think I just developed a good habit of remembering. Which is weird, because I have very bad memory, generally. It's the same reason I have a lot of lucid dreams. Just, I don't know. They're more accessible. I don't even keep a dream journal. What I'll do is, I got like I'll just open Google Docs on my phone. And like, I'll write down basically spark notes of my dreams. Like, X happened, I can do X, X people are there, and that's it. I don't even, like... A lot of, like, you know, the doozy-woozy websites will tell you, keep a journal and write down every last detail, but I can remember. All I need is the basics, and I can recall the specifics a lot easier. Is that a Jake the Dog hat? No, but I get that reference. Who touched me, dream journal? That apple. Isn't that still a dream journal? Yeah, but my point is more that I don't use it constantly, and I don't elaborate. So, like, I don't think a dream journal is what makes the difference of why I remember them so well. I think it just helps me to recall what I already remember. Thank you. Doesn't even matter if I break that second platform, because you can just walk below it. Keeping a dream journal teaches your brain to remember. Yeah, I think that's kind of the idea. The worst dreams are ones where you wake up and, like, it was so real that you have to, like, adjust to reality. The problem I've been having is, for whatever reason, my body has gotten used to waking up in the middle of the night constantly. So, like, every night, I can get, like, 9 hours in. It's just interrupted halfway through, so I get 4 and 4. So what happens is I end up having 2 separate dreams. So I end up writing twice as many notes. And all of my dreams are half as fleshed out. I dreamt I woke up, went through my morning routine, went outside, then woke up again. I had this one weird dream where I thought I woke up, but I was willingly keeping my eyes closed. Like, I was just choosing to keep my eyes closed, but I got up, started walking around my room, and using my memory of my room, I walked around. And it was super vivid. Because this is something I've done just out of boredom. I'll walk around my room with my eyes closed before bed or whatever. And then I decided, like, I picked up my guitar with my eyes still closed, and I sat down, but I dropped my pick, and I couldn't find it, so using my big toe, or like my toes, I was trying to pick it up. And right as I grab the pick and pull it, my eyes dart open, and I'm still in bed, and I'm playing footsies with my wall at the end of my bed. And it was the most surreal thing, because I was completely convinced that that was all real. I came up with a cool song in that dream, too. Like, I actually wrote, like, a little melody. See if that ever makes the light of day. I did it! Play it? I have it, like, written down in my big log of songs. I don't remember which one it was. You ever woke up from a dream, then fell asleep, but you can't tell the difference between the dream and the things that happened when you were awake? That's like referring to a specific phenomena. Not sleep paralysis, but like when you're entering REM sleep, but you're not fully awake. I like wake up in the middle of the night and like you're still kind of asleep, but you can like see shit around you. And like you can still move. But everything's like you're in like a nightmare. But I guess like I've become numb to it, so I'll just be like, ah, shit, this again. I'm in the nightmare dimension. Fuck this. I'm going back to bed. I think I'm done with this game. I'm enjoying it, but like that's like the mind-numbing play it when you're killing 20 minutes, you know. For streaming purposes, I think I'm done with it. But I don't know, I still enjoyed myself. It was on sale for like $5. I don't regret getting it. If I play it, I'll probably play it off stream from here forth. Let's see. The hotel story. I don't think I'm gonna tell that one today. Maybe one day. If I can get to 1,000 Twitch subs, sure. Titanfall 2 got a huge player boost from Apex. Oh, I know. I played it like 2 weeks back, especially because of that reason.
Like movement shooters. Strafe is a pretty fun Doom clone that gets pretty fast when you
I played Strafe as well. That song.
Also, ban string off letters from the Discord and you'll see why.
You know, I'll consider that second part, Bo. If you go on FUNKe VODs, you can actually... I played Strafe before. I don't mean that like an advertising way. I just mean... If there are ever games you're curious if I've played, the FUNKe VODs channel has all of the previous streams. And I have. I like Strafe. It was a little too samey after a while, though. Like, that's kind of a problem a lot of the procedurally generated kind of games have. They have a limitation. Complain about Apple? What's the deal with Apple? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thought about doing a podcast. I did. Here's the thing. I've considered like bringing back the Radcast so many times, but there's such a saturation of podcasts now, and I don't even mean that in like a I'm too cool to do it. It's just like I don't want to be bringing up a podcast if it's just me talking about games I like, because I already do that on stream. What I've wanted to do is make a futurology podcast where I talk about AI and the creative implications of technology, but I don't know anyone that could feed off me well in that environment that I could talk to, so I have not. No. Well, no, not everyone watches the streams, but I guess my mindset's more like if I wanted to go down that route, then I would just talk about it on stream and then, you know, upload the clip of that discussion on FUNKe over like making a, you know, a radcast. Have I ever played Dusk? Yeah, I played Dusk. I want to say like 3 or 4 weeks back. I really like Dusk. Dusk is one of the better single-player movement games out recently. Live radcast it is. That's true. I mean, that would be kind of the get-together. I don't know. I think there will definitely be a point where I bring that back. It's just right now, I'm always going through like a cycle of figuring out what I want to do. And right now I've kind of just been focused on editing main channel videos and streaming. So the FUNKe and podcast stuff, it's hard to fit in, you know what I mean? Play Pirate Monkey Run. I'll bookmark it, buddy. Sure, I'll bookmark it. See, the reason I say, like, if I made a podcast, I would probably just talk about, like, robots and shit, is just because that's a topic that I can easily fall down a rabbit hole of. Like, and it would fit well into that format. That's all. Can we stream vlogs? I don't know if I'm a vlog kind of guy. I streamed live from Dragon Con once, like 2 years ago. And it was, I mean, it was cute. But not something I would say is my calling. I love you. You love the idea of me. But thank you. I don't know what grip tape is. Do a stream without the visuals instead of doing a podcast. Sounds good. I mean, yeah, if you really wanted to, you could compile. I think, which was it? I think it was the Dark Souls 3. Actually, no, I think it was Dark Souls 1 DLC. Was literally just like 3 hours of me talking about AI. Like, that's probably the longest I've ever gone on about it. Pretty much the entire Dark Souls DLC. I just talked about fucking robots. Less than 300. To be fair, it was like 380 or something, but I stopped streaming for like 2 weeks. So a lot of people's primes don't auto-renew. Which I don't hold it against anyone. Do I have an album of the after stream? Yeah, I mean, it's just on my computer. They're all from the fan art section of my Discord, so like you can find them individually there. There's not like a public buru or anything though. I don't really get enough to warrant that. Are you still friends with Peter Scraps? I don't think I've ever talked to him in my life. I mean, I'm sure he's like a cool guy. I know of him. But I don't know what you mean still. I've never talked to him. The stream is over, that's true. So yeah, I'm back in town now. There's really nothing stopping me. So streams will resume throughout the week. Definitively next one's on Thursday. I think if it's in the cards, I'll stream tomorrow. There's nothing stopping me from it. It's just I'm working on the main channel video, but I will be streaming more regularly. Again, I don't think I'm going to finish Sekiro. I've just been playing that off stream because it's a lot easier for me to play through it, and, you know, didn't seem like it was that, it didn't lend itself to streaming that well for me, but be doing more variety stuff as time passes. I don't know who Call Me Carson is either, but I'll look him up. Do a music stream. You know what I've always wanted to do is hold a concert in VR. I'll get a track list of 10 songs. That'll be the music stream. I don't know if I'll pull them out of my book. I've been like spending the last week and a half trying to finally put the final nails in a song I was working on for like, fuck, dude. So there's like this one song I've been working on, like, I wouldn't say religiously, but a lot since like early last year. And I'm trying to get that done. I don't know if I'm gonna play my music on stream for that though. That'll be its own thing. I will not be at Coachella, no. The VR concert is stupid, but it, you know, it's like that fun kind of stupid. You find playing games on keyboards and mouse stale after all these years? That we could use innovation? I don't think so. Like, how could you innovate on a keyboard? It's input for all 10 of your fingers. Well, 5 of your left finger and 5 on the mouse. I feel like if there's any place to innovate, it's maybe on the mouse, but not on the keyboard. The keyboard itself is alright. Do an AI TED Talk in VR chat. Don't tempt me, man. That's totally the kind of fucking thing I'd do. I mean, if you really want to talk about, what would you say, innovating on input, you know, like the index controllers, which totally aren't knuckles. They're not knuckles. Don't call them knuckles. They're index controllers. It seems like that's kind of like going in the direction of innovation, like being able to fucking grip stuff. We'll see if that goes anywhere. I still feel like keyboard is kind of king of the jungle, though. There are parallels between movement FPS shooters and third-person platformers. You think a mix would work? Absolutely. When I made the movement shooters video, I had a lot of people like bringing up third-person movement games, specifically like third-person shooters, which also were kind of platformy. And like, yeah, it wouldn't be that hard to like overlap, but I didn't want to talk about third-person shooters because then I'd have to mention Fortnite in that video, and I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I mean, I would fucking eat the hell out of a FPS movement third-person platformer. All the buzzwords, all 8 of them. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Good night, everyone. Next stream will be either tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. I'm playing the wild card here. We'll see. But definitely streaming this week going on. And catch everyone later. Bye-bye. I haven't used this joke in a while, so I'm just gonna do you guys